Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Behind the Scenes here at
the Kingsman Shakespeare Festival!
What better way to spend your weekend than with some Shakespeare and your friends? This past weekend was the apprentice stage reading of The Mandrake. I got a chance to speak with some of the apprentices on what their summer has been like at Kingsman and what they thought of The Mandrake.
Well, let me tell you, the Kingsman experience has just been dandy. It's been great.
Fast-paced, bunch of fun.
This summer with Kingsman has been awesome. I was so glad to come back for my second year. It goes by so quickly, and having 18 performances, 9 for each show, you think it's a lot, but it really isn't. We did The Mandrake and opened it, and I was just laughing.
It's been fantastic. Just the first read-through was hilarious.
It's really cool. I mean, it's a different process. You don't have to memorize. You know, it's really just get really familiar with the script, really get familiar with the characters and everything, and then just play.
I also got a chance to sit down with Jason Rennie and ask him about how it's been working with the apprentices and his hope for the audience when they come out to see the stage readings.
Each year is a unique experience, because it's a unique family and a different mix of energies. This year, I find that the apprentices are all individually so wonderfully creative. The biggest challenge is trying to find kind of enough challenges to put out there for each individual to reach up for and play with and see where they go. The interesting thing about stage readings is that half of what you get in this, or half of what we would put on stage, would never make it into like a final cut, right? But it's so much fun to have audiences kind of let audiences into to that part of the process, to see people playing and experimenting and making really bold choices and how that affects, you know, other characters and the ensemble and everyone just going with it. I would hope that our audience members come in and are able to kind of open themselves up to that as well. Their hearts, their minds, and be able to soak up a lot of the really fun stuff that goes on.
This past week was not only a week of performances, but a week of preparation for this week's Musical Theater Camps Showcase. I got a chance to talk with Barbara Wager Thompson, Director of Musical Theater Camps.
We would like all the children to go away with the awareness that they can express through their voice, through their body, and through their acting, and to feel successful at whatever level they're at, which we're able to do that in the structure that we have. And a beginner can come in and leave being ready to audition for their school play, or youngsters that are really rather talented are ready to audition for something in their community. Every single child will star in one number, and they will also be supporting others in other roles. So they'll see their child front and center in one of the numbers. And then we're all going to be doing 3 large ensemble numbers together. I think what most parents have experienced in the past is a level of skill and growth in their child's confidence that is stunning.
Not only is Musical Theater Camp having their showcase this Friday, but also Puppet Camp showcase of Romeo and Juliet. Here's what some of the campers had to say about their preparation for the show.
Difficult but fun.
It's very hard, especially marionette. I mean, sock puppets are easy, but marionettes, they're hard.
I mean, I've never worked with marionettes before.
But, you know, I'm learning how to operate a marionette, and it's getting easier, but it's still really hard. It's just that there's so many strings and it's kind of complicated, but really, their feet are a pain. It's really hard to move their feet.
I think the hardest part is learning not to float them, like learning not to have their feet above the ground. Like sometimes the knee joints are really far down the leg, but they still walk like humans. It's interesting to see how that plays out.
That's all we have here. Make sure to check back next Monday for a new behind the scenes here at Kingsman. Also, like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. See you next week here at the Kingsman Shakespeare Festival.